Forensic science and biology experts from the Michigan State Police as well as the FBI took the stand about their findings. 2 types of blood were found on Kallay's shirt, Heather's blood and another blood type. But the second type of blood could not be determined, according to forensic analyst Sarah Rambat.
The minor donor to this mixture was at a very low level. I could tell that there was a second person contributing. However, I was not able to make any conclusions because it was basically right at our detection threshold. So I'm not able to say anything about that minor donor.
2 types of DNA were found underneath the fingernails of Heather's left hand. That DNA belonged to the victim and Kallay. Only Heather's DNA was found on the stained bedsheet, knife blade, and knife handle. Michigan State Police fingerprint analyst Eric Emmy found what he called a ridge structure on the knife handle, but just finding a ridge structure wasn't conclusive enough for fingerprint identification.
It is a latent print, but it's what we would call a latent print not of comparison value, meaning we know that it was the source of that is from the friction-rich skin area of our hands. In this case, there was not. I couldn't even tell if it was a finger or a palm.
After all 6 forensic experts testified, no definitive DNA proof was presented that Kallay was ever involved with the knife that was used in the murder. The afternoon session focused on the interrogation video when Kallay was first arrested. Escanaba Public Safety Detective Sergeant Anthony LaPlante, the man in charge of the murder investigation, took over the interrogation the morning of the crime. Like Detective Chenard, LaPlante wasn't buying Batchelor's stories, especially his defensive wounds.
I've responded to I don't know how many cases of domestic violence in my career, and one thing's consistent are his injuries, aside from the injury on the palm of his hand, were consistent with a victim trying to ward off an attack.
LaPlante grilled Batchelor for what seemed like hours.
Were you thinking, man, how am I going to kill her? Did you premeditate this?
I didn't premeditate murder.
You think about it.
This is not TV.
So how did it happen? Was it heated moment?
Finally, Batchelor caved, changing his story.
Alright, this is clearly was murder. It was funny self-defense. I didn't mean to kill her.
Batchelor changed his story for a 3rd time, now telling police that his wife was dead before he left the house that night. Kallay claimed that Heather pulled the knife on him. More video evidence from the initial arrest and testimony from Detective Sergeant LaPlante is scheduled for court Tuesday morning. In Escanaba for ABC 10 and CW5 News Now, I'm Jerry Taylor.